What's up, YouTube? Guys, it's crazy how fast this car is getting together. It's truly unbelievable what Sean and the crew have done here. In this amount of time, I've never seen a car get together this quick. It's awesome, it's so cool. A rad group of people just doing what they love to do. All the parts from Mark Williams are in. Make sure you guys watch the full video. We got Si Ricko. We got a special treat for us all. Showing off, this is gonna be one orgasmic video.
All right, so Sean's already got the receiver welded to the chassis. And then we got the stinger slid into the receiver and with a bolt. And then this is gonna be where the parachute mounts. So he's working on that now. He's got a couple little braces that he's putting in. So there'll be a brace on either side to strengthen that. So yeah.
Stopping you at 200 miles an hour, we want some strength.
Yeah, just a little bit. It doesn't weigh anything, so. Like I said, our goal is 2,300 pounds, 1,100 horsepower. So that's what we need to slow down. And we'll have Mark Williams rear brakes too, so all the stuff off the bully. All right, on to the next part. So these little, you can see these little holes. Those are drilled for vents. So when you got gas going in there, you don't just pop it, you know? Showing up a saddle mount for the training. There it is. So a saddle mount, so it lays on the tube and then just clamps on each side. We'll use T-bolts. That'll be the trans mount.
So here you got our Ford 8.8. We've already cut the ends down to the narrow width we would like. We measured off the center, determined the wheel faceplate to faceplate, subtracted the stick out of the axle hubs and bearing assemblies, and cut them to length. And this setup should give us 48 inches from faceplate to faceplate. I just got done cleaning up the tubes, putting a good bevel on them, cleaning up the inside edge so no dirt comes through the weld when we're welding them up nice and tight. Next, we're going to be putting all the jig assembly, all these fun little pieces of aluminum here. These go in where the carrier bearings that hold your differential go. Then there's these ones. It's got two sizes for two different outer bearing assemblies. We have the larger bearings, so we'll be using the larger side. And then you put the hub over these, and then these go in the thing right here into the carrier bearings, and they all have the same size hole. You got a big aluminum rod that you feed down through one end to the other. So you put those aluminum carrier bearing pieces in right here. They have a hole in them that matches the hole in the outer section. And then you have a big long aluminum rod that's longer than the housing that you slide through both sets all the way down through the tube, and then they'll make sure it's nice and square when we weld it all up. So now I'm gonna take a break for a second, get this stuff all jigged up, and we'll be back with you as soon as we have her all mocked up.
Who's badder than the Shogun?
Bruce Leroy, that too.
Bruce Leroy. Bruce Leroy. Well, well, well. If it ain't serious, explosive, Leroy Green. I've been waiting a long time for this, Leroy. I am sick of hearing.
Just got done putting all the jig assembly on the 8.8 rear, and I'm gonna show it to you. So here we go. So here we have the end housing, which is all steel. We have the bearing adapter hub and the lock collar. This is the big old bar that keeps it all straight. It's passing through these, which represent the differential bearings. So now it makes sure the axle ends are true and straight to that. Over here is the same on the other side. We have it all locked together with the same hub and collar assembly. So the only thing we have left is we want to make sure that these are nice and square with the flange of the gasket. So on here I got my angle finder. I have it set. I can turn it back off real quick. Awesome. I turned it on, mount it to it, zero it out. So now this is true with this face is 0, 0. Mount it on there. Adjuster. Till we get 0, 0 here. It's a little tricky holding the phone and trying to get it to go with both hands. But you get the idea. So I'm going to go ahead and get it to 0, 0 before I tack it. And I'm going to go ahead, put you in the vise, let you watch me get these zeroed, tacked, and go to town on them.
Get up, Leroy. I got something real for your ass in these hands. We're gonna settle this once and for all, because I am back. The Shogun is back on the scene, and the Shogun is the master.
Why don't you sit down and shut up?
What? Why don't I sit down and what?
I said, why don't you sit down and shut up?
Why don't anybody...
Alrighty, we're all tacked and zeroed up. Time to lay some welds.
Shut up.
What? Why don't I sit down and what?
I said, why don't you sit down and shut up?
Why don't anybody who wants me to sit down and shut up come down here and make me? Why don't any 50 of you who want me to sit down and shut up come down here just for the fun of it? Yeah, come on, fool. This fool is mine.
Jack him up, baby. Hey! Don't hurt that face, baby.
Yeah!
Went ahead and got all the ends final welded up, put nice heavy beads on the ends of these end caps. And also while we were off, we also went ahead and finish welded all our 4-link brackets. We had a few tubes that add gusseting to them to keep them from flexing. It also provides points for us to attach wheelie bars and also our wishbone link instead of a diagonal. That way when suspension goes up and down, it keeps us straight instead of shifting it from one side to the other. So now we're about to just take out the assembly jig because everything is nice and cooled off. Nice and smooth.
Showing up.
Thing to do is take our little centering races out. there you have it. SHO'NUFF's rear end fabrication, all done.
Right on. Too rad.
Yesterday we got the 8.8 all welded up. We got all the brackets done. We got the outer housings ends on to hold the bearings. And today we're gonna hang that back under the chassis. Right now we got her on a bench and we are gonna put her back up in there. Got our 4-link bars here. They're all welded up, ready to rock and roll. That good old 8.8 sitting there ready to see her new home and let us measure up for a wishbone. A wishbone helps keep the car centered up and true. It keeps the axle from going side to side so you're not wobbling all the way down the tracks, swaying and giggling. Alrighty, so I just got done putting the 4 links in. Got those up there. Let's come around to the SI lift. Back up just a little bit for the camera. So we got the link bars up in there. And we got some mock-up shocks in there. Travel shocks. And yeah, so we got her kind of sitting about ride height level. And now we can kind of start making some measurements and figure out where the tabs for the wishbone are going to mount up and get that part of the puzzle done. We're also going to be putting some anti-roll bar tabs up in front of these shock hoops, right up in here. It's kind of like a over-glorified sway bar. This morning we also put in our measurements at Mark Williams for our actual axles, so we should have those hopefully by the middle of next week, and then this thing should be ready to hopefully hit the ground and be a roller. And then we're going to start doing turbo manifold and some wiring and get the factory floorboards back in, start making this chassis ready to breathe some fire.
What you doing, Sean?
Over here pondering possibilities.
You dreaming?
I guess I dream a little bit.
Oh, you dream a lot. That's the size of turbo they all should be.
It's just a baby.
They should all be at 130s. We should have to figure out how to spool them.
Am I the meanest?
SHO'NUFF.
Am I the prettiest?
SHO'NUFF.
Am I the baddest mofo low down around this town?
SHO'NUFF.
Well, who am I?
SHO'NUFF.
Who am I?
SHO'NUFF.
I can't hear you.
SHO'NUFF.
The Shogun of Harlem.
What up, this your boy Si Ricko. If you don't already know, that was just a little skit I wanted to do for my man Brent. He hit me up, was like, hey man, let's do a little skit for one of the videos from Enter the Dragon. I was like, Brent, I got you, cool. My name is Si Ricko, if you guys don't already know. The name of the channel will be up there somewhere. I got a fully built CRX. I do vlogs myself. And most definitely, if you haven't subscribed and hit that like button on my boy Brent already, do that. Go support PFIspeed. Brent, hands down, one of my favorite YouTubers, if not my favorite, and the best tuner in the world. And I most definitely can't forget my boy Kyle over there at Boosted Boys. And Emilio, he finally joined the group, right? After how long? And shit, even love to Cletus McFarley. We just all a big family, man. Nothing but car love. And if you got a problem with me saying my boy Brent is the best tuner, you can drop down and kiss my Converse, sucker!